Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about why I gave up on being pretty. I wanted to make this video for all of the girls, boys, men, women, non-binary people out there who kind of feel pressured to look a certain way. And I know now that social media is at a peak, with Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, our face is what draws people in. Especially I notice on platforms like TikTok, there's kids with millions of views who don't really do anything except for press record and maybe lip sync or do a little bit of this or one of these dances like I feel really old trying to explain what TikTok is, but I'm actually only 22. Yeah, it's honestly disturbing to see the same features and the same people being promoted in this very narrow view of what is physically desired or attractive. And I just wanted to share with you all about why I gave up on that so long ago and why I feel so free that I did and why you should too. And hopefully after hearing my story, you'll be able to understand why it's not worth it. So I wanted to record this video for you guys 100% all natural, no makeup, no eyebrows done, no contact, not even a lick of chapstick. Because I'm comfortable this way. I am fine with the way I look. If you want to call me ugly, call me ugly. If you think I'm pretty, then thank you. Tell me in the comments. But yeah, I just wanted to do this raw, honest talk, completely 100% myself. Now, prettiness is very narrow to me, and one of the reasons I gave up on it was because it's inaccessible. So you guys know I had to look up the definition of pretty because I need to make sure we're defining it in a clear and unified way. So there's a couple of definitions of what pretty means on Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Okay, so the first one is pleasing by delicacy or grace, having conventionally accepted elements of beauty, appearing or sounding pleasant or nice, but lacking strength, force, manliness, purpose, or intensity. Okay. Interesting. I've actually never looked up the definition of pretty before because I kind of already had a concept in my head of what it was, and it's actually very pointed and very exclusive what the definition of pretty is. And I don't think I want that. I remember when I was younger and I honestly wasn't that occupied with how I looked because I was just really comfortable being myself and I had an easy time making friends, and that's all I really cared about was friends, sports, and my family. So I think it was about middle school when I got this one friend who I guess you would consider conventionally attractive, right? She was thin, she was blonde, she had blue eyes, and she was white. But it was really interesting because even though she fit these conventions herself, she was very self-conscious about the way she looked, about her weight, about how people received her, about the attention that she was getting from men. And she kind of told me all these toxic things about how people should look. I remember one day we were in the bathroom kind of getting ready for something, and she was telling me about this rule that if you weren't 110 pounds, that you wouldn't be sexy. Ma'am, I hadn't been 110 pounds since the 5th grade, and that was not possible for my body type as a curvy big woman. So I was kind of battling all these ideas of knowing that my beauty was who I am, how I treat people, how I show up in the world, and less to do with how other people want me to be or what other people want to be themselves. So I really didn't like the idea of pretty being this inaccessible, exclusive thing that is just replicated over and over and over again. And girls, even who are very close or fit the definition of being pretty, are just so preoccupied with the idea of continuing to fit that and being scared when they move out of that as they age. Because let's be real, society views pretty as age like what, 16 to 25? 27 if you have really good skin, but mostly through that age bracket. I also didn't like how pretty was manipulated to sell us things. It's just this really insidious popular tool in order to promote capitalism, in order to promote products. I remember buying makeup when I was younger, not because I enjoyed the art of it, but because I was like, okay, if I put this on, I will be thought of in a higher esteem, or I'll fit this convention of pretty more, fit this convention of beauty more than I have before, and maybe I'll have friends, maybe I'll have a boyfriend, like who knows. And that's a really toxic idea. It also makes a commodity out of people who have these features. I know now the trend is like big lips and big butts, which is really a common feature on Black women. And it feels like our bodies are being made a commodity. It feels like our bodies are being cut up and sold in different pieces, honestly, and I'm seeing them on all these different people, and I'm not saying that it looks bad or anything, but it's just like, whoa, this is weird. Like, weren't you just shaming me for having a big ass like 2 years ago? So it's just been really strange. Another reason why I gave up on being pretty is that it's a distraction. I can't even calculate the amount of time that I wasted thinking about my appearance versus working on my music or my art or hanging out with my friends and just feeling at home in my body and the way I looked. It makes me so sad looking at pictures of me in the past where I felt really uncomfortable because I know that that idea of pretty, if I looked pretty enough, was in my mind, and you can tell in my body language. Even though I look fine, I look beautiful, I look young, I look healthy, it's not, you can tell that that's not my focus and I don't actually look happy. Like, think of it, all the time you spend either watching people because they're pretty or trying to fit into this box of prettiness. You could be working out, you could be learning a new language, you could be learning a new skill. Yeah, it's really not worth waking up 2 hours early to put on a whole face of makeup, unless that's your thing and you want to do it because it's fun and creative. But if you're doing it to try and fit into this very narrow definition of what pretty is, maybe reconsider why you're doing it and who you're doing it for and if it's actually pleasing you. Another reason why I gave up on being pretty is because it's so boring. Like, if you look up pretty girl, all you're gonna see are the same girls with the same features wearing the same outfits. And after I've learned more about visual art and aesthetics, I want interesting features, I want sharp angles, I want round faces, I want pointed jaws or asymmetrical faces, I want large eyes, small eyes, monolids. I just want to see it all because there's so much beauty in the world, and I think we have enough room for it. It doesn't need to be this exclusive thing, and prettiness is not equal to attractiveness. I also feel bad for boys growing up who feel like they need to look a certain way, or that they need to have a woman who fits into this narrow definition of pretty, because while that might be great, and obviously all women are beautiful, if that's not what you really want, but you just don't know it, you're going to be confused and you're going to end up in bad, unsatisfying relationships and just not really know yourself and what you like. I'm less interested in what's pretty and more interested in what's beautiful. I love different features. I love getting to know people with different accents, with lisps, with acne marks, with really cool scars, with birthmarks, with crazy natural eyebrows. Like, I haven't gotten my eyebrows done in so long. Beauty is much more interesting to me because it's natural, it's unique. Beauty is like watching a baby deer learn how to walk for the first time. It's awkward. It's kind of funny and clumsy, but it's natural, it's honest, it's real. Beauty it's like making your best friend laugh and watching how their nose crinkles and their mouth kind of just gets really wide, and as they let out a huge roar, or belly laugh, or a snort, something that's really cute and that's unique to that person, and that you can share together. Beauty is seeing the smile lines on your grandmother's face as you see her after a really long time, and you notice how soft and how soft but also how strong she is, and the folds in her skin. Beauty is getting older and feeling comfortable in your body and being able to relax with who you are and know that you're unique, and not being consumed with the idea of being pretty, because pretty is always changing. Pretty is a created construct. Pretty takes away your power. Pretty is not enough to contain you. Pretty is too small for you. Pretty cannot summarize the wholeness of who you are, or even a fraction of it. So you should not be aiming for something that doesn't serve you. You're so much more. We're all so much more than that. And it makes me so sad to think of young people who are really consumed if they look pretty enough for this person, or who think they're never going to have this opportunity or be in love because of the way they look. It's just really sad, because love is for everybody. And I wish I heard that when I was younger. But anyway, I think that's all I have to say right now on this topic. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, or if you want to hear more about my thoughts on beauty standards. I love talking about it. I love talking about it in relation to spirituality, and how, as I've gone through my process of awakening and integration, how it's really changed and it's really shaped the way that I move through life and the way I view beauty. So yes, thank you, and I hope to see you next time. I love you all. Mwah.